Okay, so you're a developer with Rolve, you're a Twitch partner, and you've previously interned at Roblox. Can you give us a little introduction for people who may not have heard of you before?
I'm a developer for Rolve. I do programming. I've been a developer for Rolve for 4 years now. I have done the accelerator program twice, the internship with Roblox twice. I did one in 2018 and then one in 2019. But for the internships, the accelerator program is a program where you go in, you pitch a game, and you develop the game. So we use the accelerator program as like a way to like make games we wouldn't normally make. So the first internship wasn't meant to be a Rolve game, but we kind of turned it into a Rolve game afterwards. That game was Legends. And this year, 2019, we worked on Elements of Aragard. I'm still working on it today.
So next question, this is actually a audience question for you by Prime TO. So when and what was your introduction to the Roblox platform, and why did you stick with it up until this point?
I joined Roblox in 2010, which is like 10 years ago now, which is super crazy to think. I think I was 11 or 12 when I joined. As a kid, I always wanted to make games. So I don't know. It's weird having that drive as a kid, to actually make something. I've always wanted to make games. I remember in class, the teacher would go around and ask everyone what they wanted to do when they grow up. I wanted to make games. I remember saying that as early as third grade. So I saw an advertisement for Roblox saying you make the game, and I'm like, I'm sold. I'm in there. I think I discovered Roblox probably a couple 6 or 8 months before I actually started using it, and my mom wouldn't let me download it. So my mom almost ruined my life. No, not ruined my life, but
completely changed the course.
It changed the course. My mom finally let me download Roblox, and it led to all of this. When I first joined Roblox, it was I wanted to create, and then I ended up just getting distracted by all the games, and then I just played for years and years, but still with it in the back burner that I still wanted to learn how to use Roblox Studio. There's been a couple times where I would make a game that's just free models, and then it would get popular, and then 100 people would play it, and I'm like, whoa. And during old Roblox, 100 people was you're the most popular game. It's actually sort of how I learned how to do everything, but I was able to use assets from other games and make my own game, or if something was uncopy locked, and I would take it and use it and try to update it. And then when it comes to Counterblocks, I'm not necessarily super proud of Counterblocks. You might have noticed we haven't been updating it. It's in this weird state where it's we keep it up just to keep it up to keep everyone happy. And personally, I'm not really super proud of Counterblocks right now. And I'm very glad that Arsenal sort of redeemed ourselves in a way, because we really started off as the guys who rip everything off. We've made a lot of conscious efforts to be more original. With Counterblocks, we finally replaced all the sounds in the models, so now we're all using at least our own assets.
Well, I guess that leads into my next question. What does a day in a life look like for you? Seeming a really successful developer. I mean, you're with a team that has a game consistently on the front page with thousands and thousands of players. What does a day look like for you?
Recently, my days have been very, very strange. I'd probably work about 3 hours to 5 hours a day, sometimes on weekends. And sometimes I find myself working and I don't even realize I'm working, messaging someone on Discord or setting up something. So I'm only working a couple hours a day. Sometimes I get off the computer and play some games on my PS4. I get up pretty late. I do sleep a lot generally. I probably get up usually at noon to 1 sometimes. I get up when I want to get up. It's just because I can and I'm self-employed, I do what I want. And then I'll go to bed probably at 1 or 2. So I'm probably sleeping for 10 hours, 11 hours. I'm going to try to wake up early because it's getting to the point where I'm running out of daylight and I can't do anything.
We talked a little bit about it, but could you tell me about the team, Rolv, and how you got involved with them, and then everything you guys have worked on? So talk about Arsenal, Cbro, all that.
So in Rolv, I joined 2016, and how I joined is actually a really, really funny story because I found their game, Typical Colors 2. They had voice acting in the game, and I've never seen that in a Roblox game before, especially in 2016. But I thought I was super cool. I had an ego back then, dude. It was not healthy for me. And I messaged them saying, I want to be a voice actor. I messaged like all the devs. One of them messaged me back and then added me to the Skype call and said, heard you want to be a programmer for Rolv. No, I said I wanted to be a voice actor. I guess he sort of knew me because I sort of programmed and they needed a programmer apparently pretty bad. One of the members, actually it's Who to Trust, if you know who he is. He's on UGC now. He used to work for Rolv. He impulsively like hired me to like the dismay of everyone else. Everyone's like, what? It ended up working out in the end because I got to know everyone really well and I ended up being able to contribute to Counterblocks at the time. I remember this one story where we had group funds. We had maybe like 60,000 Robux in group funds, and then Halloween came out and then everyone spent all the money on this stupid Headless Horseman package.
Oh no.
And everyone like Blue A and Devrov bought it and they're like, haha, Headless Horseman, yeah. And then everyone else is like, what? Why do you do that? That was all our Robux. And it's really funny because when we released the update for Counterblocks, within like an hour, we had the same amount we had that 60,000 Robux back. Just like all it took was adding skins to Counterblocks to really just get the gears turning. Because before that, all we had was donation game passes.
So if you could describe your story up until this point in just one or two words, what would they be and why?
So I guess it would just be passion. It's just like having passion to just do what you like, continue doing it, stay productive, just do what you want, really. I'm not really sure if that's like the good answer for everything. It's just like enjoy what you do. And if you're not enjoying what you do, be productive and find a way to redirect yourself, I guess. So I guess it would be passion. It would just be passion. Just enjoy what you do, find what you want to do. Don't be afraid of change. Just keep rocking.
What are some challenges that you faced along the way to here personally, as well as a creator on the Roblox platform?
So some challenges for sure. When it comes to like Roblox, I got pretty lucky when it comes to like finding my place, and I didn't really struggle with that. Like there's been a couple challenges where it's like we butt heads with other developers and with each other being Rolv. Sometimes we butt heads about like what we want to do, like what are we gonna update, what's this, what's that. It's like, oh, you overwrote me again, or like, oh, I accidentally overwrote you. There's like these weird problems that we run into once in a while, but we have found success with like conversation, because we would do like team building exercises where we would just talk to each other and let it all out and let each other know how we feel about certain things or each other, like just like say, hey, I don't like it when you do this, or I don't like it when you do that, and just like talking it out rather than just getting super upset about things. Because I've caught myself like getting upset and like being unreasonable, and you just got to talk it out. Just like being able to talk it out has been really important. And problems with me personally, I've spent my whole life this weird bliss, and only recently, probably like summer 2019, I just got really depressed, and it was such a struggle to get over. I started thinking a lot more. I just didn't let the depression control me, and I was able to, over the next couple months, it wasn't easy. I started seeking counseling. I got some counseling. The counseling helped a lot. I was able to get out of the slump and have like a much better outlook on just life in general. Who knows, another slump might come, but I have like the tools ready to get myself out.
I mean, and that's what life is. It's full of up and downs and roadblocks, which is what we want to cover here.
Yeah.
What are some challenges Rolv has faced as a team?
I am really happy with how Rolv has turned out over the years, because we have like this group. They're my friends. They're like my best friends, and I love talking to them. Like, I love playing games with them. I love doing stuff with them. So it's weird that as we grow, we don't hire developers really. We hire our friends, if that makes any sense. It's weird. It's like we have this really weird mentality with it. It's like one of our friends is like, oh, you want to like learn how to make maps and stuff. It's like, sure, like make some maps. And then they make maps for a year and then like, oh, hey, you want to do this? And then they join the team. It's like we found a lot of people that just share the same passion just to create, and it's been really nice. There has been some hiccups where it feels like some people are just like not putting in as much, me included, but we found like a good way to like fairly like pay each other. Like when we talk about like paying each other, it can get kind of like tug at your shirt, like a little steamy, but we like to think and talk. As long as we're talking to each other, we can just make it work. It feels really nice being able to work with friends, and like every single person involved I would hang out with, I would die for them. Every single one I care about so much, and the hiccups that we made along the way sort of like just made our bonds even stronger.
So chapter 3, the future. So you've accomplished so much, right? You guys have won the Bloxy Awards. You've created a successful game. You've pretty much achieved what every developer starting out wishes and hopes to achieve. But what's something that you haven't yet accomplished that you want to?
Like, it's crazy to me. So like when it comes to like accomplishments, there's nothing really that I want to accomplish other than like, there's not like a number I'll see or an award I'll get that'll make me truly satisfied with what I create. It's just like the act of creating and the product of what I create and the influence it has that I can like stay proud of.
So where do you see the Rolf team headed in the future? Are you guys really sticking with Arsenal because it's doing well right now, or do you have a roadmap for other games?
So we do have some plans for some other games. We actually have like 2 games in the works. We have Elements of Aragard and the Unit 1968 rework, it's just going to be called Unit now. But in like the far future, I have no clue. Who knows? Like maybe we're not making games on Roblox anymore. Maybe we're not making games at all. I'd like to think that we're going to continue for a while, but I'm not against people going their own paths or people finding something else. And it's kind of beautiful not knowing what's going to happen or having a roadmap, because it sort of like leads me to do whatever I want, because like in my life, I don't really have much planned out for the future. Let's figure it out. Where am I going? Where am I going to live? I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. What are some resources you would recommend for someone looking to get into game development?
This is the cop-out answer, but it's like learn how to use the wiki, the dev hub. Fiddle with what you know. Don't feel like you're going to create like a masterpiece right off the get-go, because I found a lot of success acknowledging the fact that I can't make a game. I can't make a game, so I'm going to make a car, and I'm going to make it do this, and then just end it there, and just like next project, like what do I want to make today? Just like have the drive to like work on things and progress your skills and enjoy it. I do get the slumps too, where it's like, man, I don't know what to do. I don't want to work on this. I don't want to get better. But it's just like you have to like if you want to keep doing it, you're going to keep doing it. You don't have to like fight these mental battles in your head. Ultimately, if you enjoy doing it, you will figure it out.